Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, at this point, it can't do anything to me.
Okay, so in today's video, we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders, man. It's looking like Shedeur Sanders had to check one of his teammates, man. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, remember, this is what his teammate, quarterback, said about him, man. Let's check out this clip right here.
Many fans believe Dillon Gabriel threw some shade towards fellow teammate Shedeur Sanders, who he's of course competing against for the starting quarterback job.
There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that, and my job is to compete.
So that's the comments Dillon Gabriel made, and everybody knew why he was making those comments. It doesn't make sense. Like, who else is he talking about? So why would you make those type of comments in the preseason, right? So Shedeur Sanders was asked about that, and he had revealed that he had to check his teammate, man. And I want to go over that clip as well. But before I get into that, guys, I also want to show you guys this report I just seen. It says, breaking news. It says the NFL allegedly told teams to not draft Shedeur Sanders, according to Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. The NFL told teams, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're going to make an example out of him. One of the biggest sports scandals ever, if true. So, there has to be something there with that as well, man. Because we even seen the hometown reporters, that hate on Shedeur. He even had to check the guy that kept mentioning him and just trashing him. And it's like, yo, you're a hometown reporter. Why do you keep trashing me on these airwaves like this?
What do you say when you hear that narrative that the Browns are
mistreating him?
Yes.
I shake my head. I don't understand it at all. They complicated their own situation by drafting him when they did. He's got the fewest reps in camp, and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his collegiate
obviously
career.
It was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Okay, so you're using that as a negative against the kid?
I don't understand.
Jesus, God, would you give him a chance?
So that's some of the things he has said about Shedeur Sanders, man. And like I said, guys, this is a hometown reporter. Y'all have something special here. And this is something where y'all could build off the momentum of Shedeur Sanders. As you guys can see, in that preseason game, that's all momentum. That's like, yo, we got to come out. We got to show, everybody like, yo, we are here. Like, we got Shedeur Sanders. We have Coach Prime's son. Let's put on a show. And we seen how he played against the Panthers, and we seen the outcome of that, right? And this is not even with the starters. So imagine what Shedeur would be able to do if he was put in a better position than the Browns have been giving him, man. And like I said, guys, as you can see, he had to check that reporter as well.
Tony, I be hoping you be. Tony, I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. You always say negative stuff about me. And I'm like, I ain't do nothing to you. No. I ain't seen nothing positive that you ever said. I think I'm positive everything. But I'm saying, come on, Tony. What I do to you, Tony?
So yeah, guys, like I said, man, it seems like, there's just one big mess going on with the Cleveland Browns, and they just want to constantly catch Shedeur up in like some type of drama and mess. And he's been doing a wonderful job at avoiding the media, their tactics, and trying to create conflict and division inside of their locker room as well. You got to think, man, this is from hometown reporters. You would think that they would do a good job at covering the sport, where Shedeur Sanders himself, he should have to come out and say that, he had to check his teammate basically and ask him about the comments that he had made. That's a journalist's job. Where's the columnist? You know what I mean? Like, that's their job. They're supposed to be in the inside asking those questions, but no, they're not, because they want to wait until the camera and microphone is in these players' faces, like a Shedeur, try to catch him up and create controversy. So let's check out what Shedeur Sanders said about Dillon Gabriel's comments about being a competitor versus an entertainer. Let's check it out right here, guys. And if you can, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. That really does help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Shedeur, after that, in that preseason game last week, Dillon was interviewed, and he talked about the difference between entertainers and competitors. He called himself a competitor. Some people have construed that as a shot at you. How did you take that? Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, at this point, it can't do anything to me. I know, the God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He said, nah, bro, that wasn't
He said that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not tripping. Regardless of whatever it was, nobody's words or anything affects me, you know? So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you it wasn't on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now.
No.
I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, oh, he did, he didn't. That's not going to change my life in any way.
So Shedeur Sanders kept it short and sweet, man. That's why I wanted to add everything else to kind of give you guys a breakdown of how, you know, the Browns and the media and everybody, how everybody is treating Shedeur Sanders over there, man. And yeah, like I said, man, he has been asked some weird questions so far. If you go watch some of his interviews with the Browns media, and it's just like they're really trying to spin something as far as just make that locker room toxic and divide that team up. You can just sense the hatred with these reporters, man, with the questions that they ask. Some of the stuff like the other reporter got exposed for all of the stuff that he was saying, man, about Shedeur Sanders. It's like, why are you talking that much about Shedeur Sanders? If you don't like the kid, just say that. You know what I mean? You don't have to constantly go on airwaves where the radio host is even having to check you like, yo, you can't say anything nice. Like, you can't say nothing nice at all about the guy, right? So, man, I would like for you guys to get in the comment section down below. Hit that like button if you made this far in the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.
But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting against he's been playing against the third unit. He's fourth on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup, and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all. Think about that. So you're just gonna throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean, you know, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that, but he doesn't, and then all of a sudden he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail. I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this, but that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there. Mr. $230 million guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. And then he going to come out this time around. I had nothing to do with this pick. I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, that wasn't me. That was GM Barry. That wasn't me. The owner sitting up there. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yo, it wasn't me. That's what he was saying. And I'm saying, really? That's what we doing now?
Tonight, Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools, in some cases racist fools, in many cases Deion despising fools. Tonight at Carolina, Shedeur Sanders made all those teams that had 143 chances to draft him before he went 144th. He shamed all of them, including the Cleveland Browns, who finally took him in the 5th round. I'm convinced only because the owner, the publicity-starved owner, just wanted some more shock value publicity. Oh, we took him because he knew what would happen, that the national media would descend on Browns camp, make it a story that might distract the rest of the world from the mess that Jimmy Haslam has made of the Cleveland Browns, especially after he gave $230 million to Deshaun Watson. Good Lord, have mercy. I said before last college season started that Shedeur Sanders should go number 1 overall. It was either he or Travis, 1, 2, 2, 1, and I would go every time with the quarterback because he is the quarterback. He is him. He is the son of the greatest cornerback and, to me, the greatest athlete ever. Greatness flows through his veins, and I said it all year long. He should go 1 in the draft ahead of Cam Ward.